made this one of the most challenging places for any team to come calling. And while today is the final home game of the season for one team, it is more importantly a celebration, Senior Day, as we'll see a team looking for its first win, the SMU Mustangs, taking on the 7th-ranked team in the land, the Oregon Ducks. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. The Mustangs will kick it off to get us underway. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Ducks offense will get the first swing of the game. And this wide receiver, he's the linchpin to the offense. They want to make sure they find a multitude of ways to get him the football.
And it's a risk-reward scenario on defense when you're trying to cover this guy, Reese, because you play man coverage, you risk him running by you and catching deep balls. You play too much zone, and then he can hurt you after the...
Running toward the tape. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to stop this guy. They better rally to the football and get multiple hats because he is not easy to bring down.
That last play is what you call a drive starter. They're out to the 47. It's first down. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Wide receiver shows motion. Wants to throw on second down. He's got an open man. They get him on the ground at the 37, but give him 15 yards on that chunk play, and they'll move the chains.
That's a really nice-looking throw, and when I think about the Ducks offense, I think about explosive plays, right? In the running game, but also in the passing game. I feel like if this team is going to win the conference, they need this guy here to be able to make throws like that on a consistent basis. But I'll tell you, he really gives them a chance. He makes this offense go.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Give to the running back. Trying to pound their way forward. He picks up a couple to the 31.
They're strong and they're strong. Defensive tackles, they're strong. There's such big jokers in the middle where they just lock out those offensive linemen. And running backs, listen, they don't have much of a chance. When you got that 300-plus pound guy grabbing you around the shoulder pad, you tend to go to the ground pretty quickly.
Looking to the big tight end. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
Well, on 3rd and short and field goal range, they dial up the pass play. Quarterback was trying to get through his progressions. There was just simply nobody open. Couldn't make an accurate enough throw. Ball falls incomplete. Now,
and he's sacked. A big play on 4th down to stop this drive. So the SMU Mustangs offense will go to work for the first time today. As we take a look at our impact players for this one, what are you looking for, Jesse, for a guy to make an impact?
Well, these are simply put the leaders of this football team, and generally games go how these guys play. If they make plays, then they've got a shot to win this one.
No doubt, they got to show up. These are the team leaders. These guys have to play well if they're going to win the football game.
They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Bulls his way forward. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42.
This defense has got to get better at tackling in the open field or gang tackling, because if you need 3 or 4 guys to bring a guy down, have fun with that.
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going, handing the ball.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes. And the Mustangs will bring the punt team onto the field. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on fourth down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to
hit the afterburners, kid. And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets them 30-plus.
Love the individual effort by the wide receiver after the catch, making people miss, showing you the speed. Now he set up his offense down in the red zone.
They build their attack around those big plays, and they got one to give them a 1st and 10 in the red zone at the 18. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Into the end zone. And he can't quite make the connection as he was trying to pay off this red zone opportunity.
I think the QB wants that one back. You know, you're down here in the red zone, tighter areas, hard enough to fit it in, but definitely not wanting to fit it in against double coverage, and he misses. And
headed to the end zone, and he's sprinting. He'll take it. The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Right back to the well. Stopped at the 42, but he got 15 yards on the play. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They'll snap this one from the 42. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun to give to the back.
And that's what you're trying to do as a defense. Limit those damages when they run the football. Get them on the ground, short gains to set your defense for positive situations down the road.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. From the gun, the ground game. And he's able to shed 1 tackle and pick up pretty good yardage.
This running back just doesn't go down easy. It's just difficult for defenses to get him on the ground. Not overly huge, but if I'm an offensive coordinator, I'm going to continue to find ways to feature him. And just, you know what? Let his talent do the rest.
They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop. The Mustangs line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And you couldn't ask for much more than that. A perfectly placed punt pins them inside the 5. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. And, David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop, Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now 1 more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. He looks that one in nicely. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. They'll run for it on 4th down. Tackled after picking up the 1st down. The Ducks want to crank the tempo.
Well, you got to have a lot of confidence in your offensive line to go for it in that situation of the field at this juncture of the game, but this head coach does, and is
He's going up top. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
Man, this QB is so dangerous. He can get outside the pocket, and right here you can tell he gets outside the pocket. Now I got to make some decisions, man. Do I want to go chase this guy? Do I play coverage? And that's why these mobile quarterbacks can really put you in a predicament. The defense won this battle, but that guy is so hard to corral.
Well, even though that pass was incomplete, I wouldn't be shocked if this defense in the second half decides to play some deeper coverages. This offense has already shown they're willing to be aggressive, and they've got a lot of speed. Moving forward, this defense cannot afford to give up big plays in the passing game.
He leaves it with his back.
He's brought down at the 18-yard line. Offense facing 4th down.
Well, this head coach is clearly sending a message, going for it this close to his own end zone. On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. Makes the grab, and he's got the 1st. And he's finally ushered out of bounds, but not before. He makes a good gain.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the 1st down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it. Now, a fresh set of downs.
Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. Makes the grab on the left. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. You know, sometimes even a short gain like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous.
He's loose. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop. Quarterback will audible. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. It's caught. Stop at the 3, but it'll be enough to give them a 1st and goal. Trying to barge their way in. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Ducks! There have been miniseries, novels, movies, long-form plays that have been over in shorter period of time than that drive. That was a marathon.
And that's just so frustrating when you're a defensive guy, time and time again, trying to get the stops, and they just keep making the plays, and they punch it in for a touchdown. Demoralizing.
And that kick was... Second down here as they go back to work after the break. He's looking to throw. They'll run the screen. Good, solid tackle.
I want to get my running backs the ball in space as much as possible. And sometimes it doesn't work in the running game. I can throw it to them. I can try to create some space out wide, dump them the football, let them make some catches, and see if I can't get some big plays out of it.
It'll be 3rd and short from their own 33. Looking to throw for it. Fires to the wideout. A strike downfield. That defense got gashed, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback in the cross progression.
Yeah, and this has been tough sledding, all right? This offense has really struggled to move the football, and this game's all but over. But here's the thing, man. Thank God you don't play this defense every week. And let's continue to work here and find something we do good, build maybe a little bit of momentum so next week we play a little bit better football.
Out of the gun, the running back has it. A strong tackle and wrap up.
3.
The run game just has not been working for this offense all game long. We saw it on that last play as well. Just not getting enough push up front on the offensive line. They haven't been physical.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down.
And that's a play on third down. This offense just has to do a better job protecting their quarterback. Give them a split second more time to complete that throw, but they couldn't do it there. Fourth
down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Fair catch called for and made. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They've jumped on them, executing at a high level and up 14-0, David.
This is the exact start you wanted. I mean, offense is playing great. Defense has gotten stops. You're in a position now, Palmer, to put the
afterburners coming. He now has 108 yards on the ground, and he's been terrific all season, ranking in the top 10 in rushing.
This guy's been so much fun to watch all year long. Every single week, he's making defenders look silly trying to tackle him. With that last play, now over 1,000 yards rushing on the season.
That's quite a start to a drive, and now they'll snap it from midfield. Wants to throw on first down. And the quarterback is snowed under.
You want to change some of this bad luck you've had so far around? Get after the quarterback and get his butt on the ground. Nice job by the defense. This game ain't over. It's still the first half. This is a good start.
Got him downfield. Open runway ahead. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down.
Well, it didn't take long for this guy to leave his impact in the game, guys. With that catch, this guy's already over 100 yards in the game, and we're not even done the first half.
The give to the back. Defense there to stop him after he picked up a yard. Ball's at the 17.
I'll tell you, this is a running back who's very, very dangerous, and the defense did a good job getting him down there. But they got to do a great job gang tackling, because this is a guy that can break tackles and turn those types of plays into home runs.
From the gun, running back gets to give.
Really good play by this defense, seeing it, attacking it, going and getting it. Obviously, they're running the RPO. They weren't fooled. They played the run, came up, made a nice tackle.
And the pressure gets there, and down he goes at the 18.
Well, obviously, at this point in the first half, the defense is finding themselves in a hole. You just get the feeling if they're going to get back in this, they're going to need more plays like that. They're going to need sacks. They're going to need turnovers. They're going to have to create negative plays to get themselves some momentum.
He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He makes a grab. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon. They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9. That touchdown grabbed the 25th of his career. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. They just haven't been able to get anything going, and they better get started or it's going to get away from them, David.
Yeah, and these are the weeks that you really wish that you were playing a video game, and you could just reset the console, start over, Jesse, and make something better happen early.
They just look like they're sleepwalking in this first half, and it's not just one guy. They just haven't been playing collectively as a unit. And if I'm the head coach, I'm considering starting to give some other dudes some chances here.
And that's a really good decision by the quarterback. Don't take the sack, throw the ball away. Now listen, we can debate whether that was intentional grounding or not because he's still in the pocket. I'm not sure that that's not classified as grounding, but they didn't call it. So you know what? Nice throwaway, QB.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. Lofts one high and deep. Intercepted. Not much of a chance on the return, but they'll have the ball at the 33. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
The Ducks will hustle to the line. He's looking for an open man on second down. Makes the catch at the 20. That is exactly what you want to do with the football. He's got it all the way down to the 15-yard line. Huge play, puts them in the red zone, and now they'll snap it 1st and 10 from the 15.
And how about the big strike down the field? I love when offenses take shots down the field, try to make big plays. Now they're set up in the red zone.
He'll get that one all the way down to the 4-yard line before he stops. A 1st down run in the red zone. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
Maybe that stop shows this defense is tightening up, especially in the run game. The offense, frankly, they've been able to do whatever they want to do. They're just handing the ball off. This guy's having success left and right. No sir, no mas, get it together.
He wants to throw here on 2nd down. Caught behind the line. It's Godet. Touchdown, Duck! The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said.
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
All right, this quarterback is going to have to start playing with a clock going off in his head. He knows he cannot hold on to the football too long with players like that getting after him.
2nd down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. We've made our way to the 2-minute warning, and now they'll try to at least cut a little something off of this lead before the break. A 1st down sack can be a drive killer. Now it's 2nd and 13. He's looking to throw. Floating away. And this defense is bringing the heat. Another sack. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their 1st of the half.
And that's what I like most about this defense. When you try to take shots and make big plays, they get to the quarterback. They get him on the ground. Their 3rd sack of the day. And this is a unit that ranks in the top 10 in sacks in the country.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the 1st down. And the Mustangs will call on their punt team. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. He'll settle for some pretty good field position and make the fair catch at around the 35. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
Another good run. Man, he has been picking up yards in bunches today. Jesse showing off all the skills.
And he's showing no signs of slowing down, David. This guy just gets...
And the defense gets to the quarterback.
This defense needed something to go right. Man, they're down big already in the 1st half. Get to the quarterback, get him on the ground. This could start some momentum going back the other direction.
These guys are bringing serious heat. They are like sharks swarming and just getting after the passer. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
He makes the connection. At the 35, he's open. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Safe completion on the screen. He'll get it all the way down to the 8-yard line, and the defense is feeling the heat. This offense has put on a display in the first half, and they have a chance to tack another one on before the break. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Maybe that stop is a good sign for this defense. Maybe the defense is starting to figure it out. Obviously, offense has been running the football with so much success. Something has to change. That was a good start.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He just threw that one away. Nobody was getting open. He had to live to fight another play in the red zone. It'll be 3rd down. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Looking for the touchdown on 3rd and goal. Unleashes to the end zone. And it's caught. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. What could go wrong did in the first half, and they start this third quarter at the bottom of the mountain.
Man, that was bad. That was a frying pan to the head.
Oh, look out! Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with it. And the offense takes the field eager to go back to work. Running back searching for a hole. Open space at the 25. Off he goes. And that tackle almost certainly saved a touchdown after he ripped off a huge gain.
This guy is really unique. Top 5 in the country running the football right now, and I love the way this offense gets him involved. They're able to move him around a little bit. They change up the schemes, but the big key every week, get him the ball, let him go to work.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Strikes first, delivers the punch, and works his way to the 31.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Offenses gain momentum with third down conversions like that. They've got it at the 25. Right back to the well. Stop is made, but he picks up 4 yards down to the 21-yard line.
It's the MO of this offense, and they really put a lot on the offensive line to go out and really try and establish their dominance and their assertiveness, and they've done a good job of that early in this game running the football.
He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a first down. And the Ducks come to the line with a new set of downs. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
Nice play by the defense, but now is a time they've got to be more consistent. They allowed this running back to go off in that first half, and moving forward now, they've got to try and take this running back away.
On 2nd down, wants to throw. Zings it complete to the right. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
It's so nice as a quarterback when you've got a guy like that working for you in the slot. He has such a good feel to find the open spaces in the defense. Just makes life so much easier for his quarterback.
Trying to get the corner. Touchdown, Ducks! And the Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Quickly complete. Nowhere to go and not much to show for that one.
We knew this defense was going to be physical in this game. How about that hit on the tight end after a nice gainer preventing him from getting the first down?
When you've already sent your punter out 4 times, at least he knows he's going to get his varsity letter, and his leg might get a bigger workout if they don't convert. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming. The Mustangs will punt this one away. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. All right, guys, so here's the offense back on the field again. There wasn't much need to throw it around on that last drive for the touchdown, Jesse. They got it done running the ball.
And David, I don't think you have to overthink this thing. If they can't stop you running it, why would you stop handing it off? Just keep at it here on this drive.
Well, and if I'm the defense, I'm making some changes. I'm bringing in more big bodies. I'm playing more aggressive towards the line of scrimmage. I am not going to let them have that kind of drive again.
They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. Leaves it with the back. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be 1st down.
I love when players understand situations, and they understand where the 1st down marker is, and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that 1st down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdown runs.
1st and 10, they're down to the 25. It's a reverse. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there.
Well, the offense dialing up the jet sweep, and I like that idea because this receiver, with his speed, you want to try to get him on the perimeter, put the ball in his hands and see what can happen.
Trying to surprise him with the pass. He finds his man. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a 1st down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. On 1st down from the 13-yard line. Here we go. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5.
Great play by the defense there. And listen, they got to do more of this. Running backs obviously had a lot of success. They got to continue to stop this run game, be physical, and not let this guy beat him.
Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Grabbed in the middle. It's Godet. There to make the stop, and we played 3 in this one. Time has expired here in the quarter, and Oregon has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the 4th. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. They'll try to pound their way in. Touchdown, Oregon! And the stomping has commenced. With that last score, things comfortable here in the 4th as they are headed to a 7-1 record.
Man, this has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out.
The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
You see a lot of quarterbacks get in trouble when they start forcing things. He did a really good job. He wanted to throw the football. You could tell. Drops back, nothing open. It's okay. I'm just going to take off and get what I can get.
Caught near the sticks. It's Gadecki. And the completion gives him a fresh set of downs and keeps this drive moving. They were able to make the completion, but he had to pick his way for just a little bit. Needed a little more help to spring him for some yardage.
Yeah, if you're going to have success when you throw it outside like that, you're going to need some more blocking and better blocking downfield. Give the defense credit, though. They were able to rally and made a tackle.
He's off to the races. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
Look, you want to make the quarterback feel you. You want to get pressure in his face. That was so close, but just a tad late. The offense will gladly take a fresh set of downs after the penalty. Now they'll try the right side. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, but whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front seven has dominated this entire game.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. They get enough rush, and it pays off the sack. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
And how good does that feel, right? You've got the lead in the 4th quarter. The defense knows you're going to try to run the ball to ice the game, and you rip off an 8-yard run. They know it's coming, and they still can't stop it.
And he's got enough for the first down. It'll be at the 35.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the first down mark.
And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
Offenses ice football games in the 4th quarter by running the football, and that's what these guys are trying to do right now, right? We're going to bleed the clock. We're going to stay on the field. It doesn't matter if the defense knows we're running it. They cannot stop us, and they're looking pretty impressive right now doing it.
And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the first down.
The Ducks are on the move. Quarterback checking the play. They've softened them up with a run. Now to throw it. He's got it. Goes out of bounds just short of the goal line, and they'll be set up and in great position here.
Well, this offense has just been dialing up explosive play after explosive play. That's a big part of why they have a huge lead at this point. And even in the 4th quarter with that lead, they are still taking shots. They are still being aggressive, pedal to the metal.
Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
691, Gators score! Go! Logger! Terrier!
On 2nd down, they'll take to the air. He's got it in the end zone. Offense set on 1st down.
Let's go!
They'll crank up this drive with the pass. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops, just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here.
Down, and he slides in safely. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. 2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. Here they come, 1st and 10 from the 48. He's looking to throw it. Unleashes one. Finds a man in the middle. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
I don't know who on defense is going to cover this guy. Honestly, he could be a problem for this defense over the middle of the field in the passing game.
Lasso!
He's going to pass. They're bringing heat. Looking for a big play. He'll fire back across his body, and it's intercepted. Going the other way, and he's got room. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
And how about that? That's the first INT for this guy. Like, he's gone all throughout this year, taking care of the football, making plays, really building trust with his offensive coordinator. First mistake, hey, listen, put it behind you. You've had a great season so far.
Going for the big play. Touchdown, Ducks! The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. This thing got out of hand on them, but they'll try to finish with some pride here.
And this one was a beatdown. And there's nothing you can do about it because this one's over. Jesse, now we got to start progressing for next week, for the rest of this season, so we don't let one bad game turn into two.
Yeah, there are very few teams out there that won't watch game film, but they may want to skip this one. I mean, because it may hurt their confidence. They just need to turn the page and get ready for the next opponent and forget this day ever happened.
Listen, QBs and wide receivers got to be on the same page, and you got to know when to throw that curl route. It's got to be on time, right when the wide receiver breaks so the DB can't catch up. Nice job, QB and wide receiver, being on the same page, getting some positive yards.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like, they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum.
Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. A sensational grab down the field there as they try to at least. They'll run this play from the pistol. Leaves it with the running back. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And defense nowadays, they don't look at stats of what is the yards per rush. They look at how many negative plays they can create. Because why? Now you look at second down, man, it just became very predictable for this offense. Nice job creating the loss on first down.
Trying to beat the D deep. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on second down. Now it's third down.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but, like, let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field?
Going to take a shot. And trying to put points on the board on third down. Now they're staring at fourth down.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
They already have a comfortable lead up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here. He's going for the big play. He's got it on the right. Catching. Touchdown, Oregon. And the when you know you have a team outclassed, the ability to play to that standard and finish